So far, I have shared 10 stories about our intrepid team of wasters. Not everything they do is breaking into military bases and shutting down cults. This week, I'm going to tell you 5 short stories that will help you understand our protagonists a little better.
Good evening, Wasters. Tonight we have something special. We're going to tell 5 short stories, 5 tales of the wastelands. Let's begin with our first. Colt?
I'm here. You
No one is certain whether there actually was magic before the fall. If there was, it was so rare it was impossible to prove. After the old world died, all that changed. The catastrophic wound inflicted on the old world during the dark days of that final war ripped apart the natural order. Those with the insight to see the possibilities of a world no longer frozen by the immutable laws of physics and the willpower to force their surroundings to obey could work miracles. There was real magic at last. But when magic requires forcing your will on the world, what of mages whose magic turns itself to the unknown? How does one dictate a new vision when that vision is as yet unknown to you? This is a riddle that Lord Navad will have to solve in a tale we call Looking Inward.
We begin at the Shire. Gordon takes off his overalls, puts on some robes. This is something that he rarely does. He's been called Merlin here in the Shire for several years now. And most of the time, when someone calls him Merlin, he grimaces a bit and suffers it with good humor. But among friends, he's Gordon. Now, though, he very much looks the part of a Merlin. He goes over into the main, the front end of the store, and Nevada's there, and he's essentially shopping. This is like take a bodega, but only about half of what normally would be there, and then split that stuff out among enough space to have a Toys R Us. So there's like a can here and a bottle of pickles over there. And so Nevada's just wandering the aisles, thinking about like the remaining pack of Twizzlers, which he's pretty sure are rock hard and inedible, but they always kind of call to you.
Sure.
And Gordon comes around the corner and he's got wizard robes on. Now, the robes he has have not been made for him. They must have been from a Halloween store or something. They've actually got like a stars and moons pattern on them that's kind of worn. And he looks a little uncomfortable in them, but looks more mage-like than he normally does.
Okay.
Navad, do you have a moment?
Yes.
I mean, I see how busy you are, but
Just thinking about those Twizzlers. Probably not going to get them today either, but one of these days, I think I might buy them.
he passes a hand over them. You hear him muttering a spell, and he leans forward. I wouldn't.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
I I see by your surprise that I was able to do that your study and practice with divination is not proceeding as quickly or as well as your study of blowing the fucking crap out of things.
Yeah, I'm more. I've been having more. I've been having more stuff wrecking stuff than knowing stuff. And like, to be honest, when I find out stuff, sometimes it's not that great.
Have I told you that I have other students?
No,
Several, in fact.
like people like me.
Yes. Well, I mean, not exactly. No one's really like you, Nevad.
Well,
But people with your kind of abilities, yes.
um, cool. That's
Two in
when,
particular are having problems like those you're experiencing. Come with me, please. Let's take a walk.
okay.
You should maybe grab that messenger bag and a little food.
Oh, okay.
And he goes over to the checkout counter, and he's got an old backpack hidden under there, just stashed away, and he puts it over his shoulder.
Okay.
Lords and
Go along
ladies,
with you.
we will return in due time. And huzzah! And he walks out and goes to the main road. And this is the one that either you're basically on a turn off for a highway, so you do residential, or you go back on. And he's taking you down the residential street.
Okay.
So you have truly impressive potential. I've seen you do things quickly with very little training. My concern is that you don't know yourself very well.
Well, I mean, so?
Ha. So up ahead, you see two figures. I can either describe these characters or you can describe them for me. Mike, would you rather I do it, or would you like to just describe what he's looking at?
I'll describe myself.
Cool.
I'm a very tall, willowy, like strawberry blondish, female presenting woman in sort of straw garb, like that kind of sweater that looks almost like a hair shirt because it's so uncomfortable. It's not necessarily uncomfortable, but it makes you kind of uncomfortable looking at it, and it gives the wearer a sort of intellectual superiority for feeling that kind of uncomfortable. And then a really plain, almost pleated, but the pleats are in like no particular order, peasant skirt. That is at once too small for her hips, but way too large for her legs. So it looks like a tablecloth sort of appropriated as a skirt. And her hair is kind of loosely tied with whatever she found. Sometimes it's other hair. And she wears glasses, but the glasses are not like, there's no glass involved in them. They don't fix her eyesight. It's like a piece of wire that approximates what an eyeglass frame might have looked like to somebody who's never seen one. And so that is Doretta.
And how tall is Doretta? You said she's tall.
She's about 6'4", 6'5". She's really
almost
tall.
As tall as Navad. Like basically, okay.
But she's about half his size. Like she's impossibly thin. Yeah.
Like 70 pounds or something.
She's like Kate Moss thin. Yeah.
Ugh. Whoa. Okay.
Standing beside her is well, you can go ahead, Barrett.
You see a goblin 4'2", purplish skin with red spots, one snaggletooth coming out, wearing the clothes and having the attitude that you aim for but don't actually have, Lord Navad. Wearing a hoodie with a bunch of patches, a mix match of occult symbols and whatever he can find, like gas stations and sergeant stripes, anything else like that. A pair of ripped up jeans, and just his clawed feet hanging out, sitting down, leaning with his back against the wall, throwing rocks at an empty bottle. And his name's Keb.
Keb. Okay.
Hello. This is Doretta. And this is Master Keb. This is Lord Navad. So I have been teaching all three of you, among a couple of others, And in each of your cases, you have reached a kind of a plateau that's preventing you from gaining more power in the realm of divination. And for all of you, I believe the problem is that none of you has managed to turn your eye inward. You can't see yourselves. I have an old friend, and in my case, that is truly an old friend, who is an artist. And my friend told me that when she was learning to illustrate, her teacher had her draw from life and sculpt first. Apparently, to know your form, to know yourself, to know the body, is the basis of everything else. The same is true of magic. Until you know the anchor, the wellspring from which everything else comes, it's harder for you to reach out and to use your abilities, not just divination, all of them. So the lesson for today is, and he passes a children's menu over to Master Keb. And there's a map drawn in the back of a kid's menu for Big Baby Hot Dog. And it's a place that's maybe 4 miles away. This leads to what's left of a carnival. The carnivals have become a place of very powerful magic. I'm not exactly sure why. I have theories involving the number of people with extreme passion over a long period of time have charged the place. But I don't know for sure. But I do know that it is powerfully magically charged. In particular, the House of Horrors and the Hall of Mirrors. I advise this: stay well clear of the House of Horrors, because I think you will find it to be exactly what it is named. On the other hand, I have found that the Hall of Mirrors can be a very useful tool for introspection of a magical nature. I would advise you, each of you, to enter this hall one at a time, quiet, senses outstretched, and reflect. I would begin reverse order of your experience as a student. So as the most experienced student, Keb, you should go first. Doretta, you should be second. And Navad, as my most recent student, you should be third. You may find nothing, but all that will be in that hall is what you bring with you. So hopefully you will find insight with your abilities that will help you train and master them.
Okay, let's go, guys.
Bye, Master.
Yeah, let's go, guys. Let's have a great time. I love a field trip. I love field trip with this kid.
You agreed.
Yeah, I mean, it's finally nice to meet you, Lord Navad.
It's nice to meet you too, Master Keb. Although I gotta say, I never heard about you before today, so I guess I don't know who's more of a thing.
You want to find out?
I'm just Doretta. I'm just Doretta. I'm clearly not a thing.
You should get like a cool. You should get a cool name, Doretta.
You don't think Doretta is a cool name?
Oh, like a title, like
it's
Empress.
Only a few miles away. Please take care of each other. It shouldn't be too dangerous. And with that, he turns and leaves.
All right. Well, let's hit the road, Doretta. You don't need a formal name ahead of your actual name.
Well, I didn't name myself.
Well,
Oh,
who does?
oh, I didn't.
I became a master when I became a master.
Okay.
I'm very good at what I do. You don't know me, buddy. You don't know what I'm capable of. Okay? I mean,
Oh no, I that's cool. That's cool that you're a master. I believe it. I don't doubt it. But I'm saying like Why wait to name yourself that? Like I called myself Lord Navad well before I even met up any of you people.
You're entitled. You're just entitled. That's what it is. You think you're entitled to a title. You think you're entitled to a title. I earned my title. I earned my title with blood, you know, buddy?
In blood?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I had to kill
Been
people.
to a unicorn blood orgy?
No, I killed people. I killed people with my magic.
Okay, so have I.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the record, I have never killed anyone. And I have no desire to, ever. But I'm glad that I'm glad that you're proud of yourself.
Like, okay, so you kill stuff, I kill stuff, I know stuff. You guys know stuff too?
Yeah. Yeah, I can read. I watch vids. Whatever I can find.
No, I mean like this. And I'm going to cast a spell on Keb just to sound him out. I'm gonna go for a little read spell to see if I can figure out what Keb is afraid of.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I'm rolling it. I got a 6.
So, Keb, give me a 6 die roll, please.
6?
Yep.
Okay. I got 2 6s.
So you reach out and you get a hallucination of a pair of doors shutting in front of you.
In front of me.
Yeah, he closed his mind.
That was cool.
We're not friends yet.
Okay.
What did you want to know while we're walking? Right. What did you want to know then, huh? What did you want to know?
Yeah. This is definitely like a long shot following you from above as you're walking down the road.
I just wanted to know, like, if you knew how to do that.
You shouldn't test me.
Okay. Like, you know, like, I guess, like, some wizards, like, you know, make stuff out of other stuff. I don't do that. So maybe you were one of those guys.
I am. You could have just asked.
Oh, you make stuff out of other stuff?
Yes. And sometimes I make living things into dead things.
Well, yeah, that's me too. What about you, Doretta? What do you do?
I work for a living.
She looks a little green, by the way.
Like
the talk of like living people being turned into dead people is not sitting super well with Doretta.
I don't like it. I don't like doing it. It's not my thing. It's just look at the world we live in.
It's messed up, man.
Could I take a minute to suggest that perhaps it is clearly your thing, since you have now mentioned it at least 4 times in the last 3 minutes?
Doretta, you should know this. We've talked about this. I am haunted by the things I've done to living creatures.
Maybe you should stop doing them.
They keep attacking me. They keep attacking me. Never a person. Never a sentient being, only the creatures.
Oh.
I work.
Oh.
Since you asked, I work.
Like.
I work in a house for some people.
Oh, like cleaning their house or like.
Yes, there is nobility in cleaning someone's house.
I didn't say there wasn't.
No, it's the way that you said it. Like you couldn't conceive of somebody cleaning somebody's house.
Cleaning? Is it cooking? Is it like?
Yes, it's all of those things. It's all of the things you might imagine. It's cleaning and it's cooking. Sometimes I empty their bedpans. How do you feel about that? Their wastewater.
Well, I'd be like, why? Not why do you do it, but like why do they need that?
Because sometimes people need help.
Well, how can they afford it? Like, what do they do that they can afford it? Sometimes, like, people take advantage of other people just because they have more stuff, and that's not right either. That's why I smash stuff.
What is this? What are you even?
You don't know everything there is to know about everything, okay? And she kind of walks a couple steps over.
Okay.
Entitled.
Up ahead, you see the bones of a carnival It's not that I've been running a long time. It's overgrown. Any of the rides are still, at this point, are rusted and kind of bent and twisted. But you can see what it was, even at the distance that you're at.
This
cool.
looks like the place.
Yeah, that's cool.
So as you get closer to Nevad, it's interesting feeling the magical presence of the other two people.
Okay.
Because the only time you felt this before is around Gordon.
Right.
So you definitely can feel their power.
Yeah.
As you approach, you start to smell chocolate on the wind.
You guys smell that?
So to you, Keb, it smells a little like that terrible grease that the troll that used to beat the crap out of you when you were growing up would wear and talk about how he was a bodybuilder, but he put this awful, like almost motor oil grease shit on himself. And you would smell him coming before he came to just kick you half to death. And you smell that on the wind.
I don't smell anything.
Oh, okay. What about you?
Doretta, you smell what people in the hospice smell like as they die.
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
I smell something and I brought it up, so I'm not a chicken.
Yeah, we'll see.
So you enter the carnival, and as you come in, these squirrel monkey things scatter. It doesn't look to have been completely picked over. Places like this that are obvious from a distance that would have things like copper wire, scavenger crews normally descend in them, and they vulture the place and strip them bare. For some reason, this place has not been completely stripped.
This is like fun.
Erik.
You pass the remnants of a churro stand, and up ahead to your left is one of those freestanding double trailer deals with a big flat, and it's got a painting. The entrance is a mouth with a demon face, and it says House of Horrors. And each of you, that smell you smell is coming from that building.
I know he said don't go in there, but
So we shouldn't go in there.
it looks cool though. It's like
It
up
doesn't
my alley.
look cool.
It's my Elan.
It's your Elan.
Yes.
I'm going to take my eclat and go avoid it.
Do all of you walk past it?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to go in it.
So as you're passing or going to maybe pass, I'm looking at you, Keb. There is the feeling of being watched from that doorway. Keb, you actually can hear Kebby. Where you going, Kebby? Come on, let's play.
You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know who you're dealing with now.
So you see him literally addressing the door to the exhibit.
Hey, come on, guy. Bud. Keb.
What?
Keb.
What?
There's obviously messed up stuff in there, and it's trying to get to you. Like, you're talking to nothing.
Okay. Let's go to the Hall of Mirrors and see what happens. But if I don't discover anything in there, I'm coming back here and getting my revenge.
I mean,
Can we just go, please?
Let's
The only
go.
plants on the
let's
House
go to
of
the Hall of
Horrors
Mirrors.
are strange black vines shot with red, and there are no birds or beasts, no animals anywhere near that place. So you walk past, obviously Doretta with more resolve and intent than the others, and Keb with the least. But you walk past it. Over to your right, there's the ruins of a carousel. And up ahead, as you turn around the corner, you see the the Hall of Mirrors. Again, like multiple trailers, and then the big flat with the painting and Hall of Mirrors. And it actually says below the census Hall of Mirrors, it says, "See yourself."
Okay, guys. We're here.
I never wanted to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't think I'm gonna do this. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to go on this ride. I don't want to do it.
Look, Doretta, I don't want to do it either, but he said we had to go.
We don't have to do anything. We don't have to do anything.
I'm choosing to go in.
This is interesting. Because I agree with Doretta that we don't have to do anything we don't want to. Because, like, that's our thing, right? We don't have to do anything. But I'm kind of with Keb that I kind of want to.
What if you fail? What if you don't see anything? Then what?
I don't know, I'd walk back and kick some dirt in a Merlin's face. Tell me, send me on a wild goose chase.
All three of you, without making a roll, can feel the magical power emanating from that building.
But no chocolate in this case.
No, and it almost feels like the magical energy of the place is split negatively to the House of Horrors and positively to the Hall of Mirrors.
Okay. Look, I'm the best. I'm first. That's what we all agreed to. I'll go in first and let you know how it is. If it's bad, I'll tell you. And if I die, don't go in.
Pro tip.
Bye. And then I just walk in.
I didn't agree that you're the best, but he did say that you were the first, so go ahead.
Oh my God.
Keb's walking in. Keb, it's full of mirrors. About a third of them are broken. They're not really glass, so it's more like they're warped or torn. A lot of them are basically mylar, over plywood, that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also, many of them are either concave or convex or bent to give the warped impressions. You start walking. Mike, out of character, will you please describe for Keb what he sees?
So as you're walking down the hall, it seems to turn to the left with the mirrors, but you keep walking straight, which creates this illusion that you're continually wanting to turn, but there's literally no way you can do it. And you keep speeding up to try to get to the turn, but the mirrors are configured in such a way that it's just still straight until you run directly into one. And then you step back and realize that you can't see yourself in it, which perplexes the shit out of you.
I'm going to touch the mirror.
This is all you, Mike. I've tagged off.
So you touch the mirror and it kind of wobbles in a sort of it's not plasticky. It's sort of like a jello-y kind of way. And so I think it's definitely not what you expected.
Seems like magic. I'll push through.
Push through what?
The see if I can push through this jelly layer.
Okay, so you put your hand in and your hand disappears into the jelly.
Okay, just pushing in.
Okay, so you disappear into the jelly.
I'm going to stop you there. Navad, you're talking with Doretta.
Okay.
He's been in there a few minutes. There's no sound. Doretta seems still very anxious.
I mean, he probably is going to, whatever it is, he's going to turn out just fine. Like there's probably a probability that like some people will do just fine and some people will fail completely and then some people will die and I'll be the one that dies.
He isn't back yet.
So maybe he's in a different place, a better place. Maybe he's back with Merlin.
Oh, you think this might be a portal?
I don't know. It could be anything. What do you think
You're
it is?
next. I don't know. It's a test of some kind. Do you want to go? You're supposed to be
staggering
next.
out. Keb is pale. He does not seem particularly blustery, and his eyes are a little wide.
What?
Oh.
What happened?
I learned some stuff. I gotta sit down. This is a lot. This is a lot. I walk over to the carousel and sit on the edge of it.
Cool. What animal do you sit on?
No, not on an animal, just on the edge.
Oh, okay, cool. So Navad and Doretta end up looking at each other.
Want to go? You don't want to go?
We're not getting sound, Mike.
Couldn't hear what you said, Doretta. Uh-oh. Well, look, Doretta, if you're so scared, I'll go if you want me to. I mean, I was supposed to go last.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like I can't communicate. I just keep talking and talking and nobody hears what I'm saying. I
Okay.
don't want to go, but I will go if I have to go.
Look, my feeling is nobody has to do anything they don't want to do.
Well, clearly I do, because I'm not going to be the one that goes back and is like, I didn't go into the mirrors because I could fail, and I failed again, and all I ever do is fail. So let me go and actively fail then. Maybe I'll just go and fail on purpose. What do you think of that?
Okay.
Fine, I'm going.
Okay, bye. See ya.
Doretta is gone for 10 minutes before she comes out having experienced nothing.
Okay, you're not all messed up like he was.
No.
But you look sad. You're disappointed. You didn't see anything, did you?
Thanks for rubbing it in, Lord.
I'm just curious. He saw
Maybe
something
if I had
terrible.
a title, I would have seen something.
Maybe. Maybe you're too nice. Maybe he saw bad stuff because he's a jerk.
Well, come on.
Well, if I see bad stuff, I don't know what that'll mean.
Well, go then.
Okay, I'm going. I mean,
Fine.
I'm going.
Fine.
Okay.
So Navad,
Okay.
you see the same thing with the twisted image in the mirrors. You
Okay.
start walking around, probably thinking a little bit like, will I see nothing like Doretta, or will I see something terrible? Like, it's hard to get those thoughts out of your mind. Make a willpower roll to clear your mind, like Merlin asked you to.
Okay. So I got 7 dice. That's 4, 6, 7. Sorry, I had to count my dice. Oh, I'm good. I got a 6 and a 5.
Then make a sense test, please.
Okay. My sense is a 4. So I got all 5s.
Okay. So, Barrett, can you please, out of character, explain to Navad what he experiences in the mirror room?
So did he get successes?
He got partial success.
Okay. All right. So you're looking in the mirror and you see yourself. And then slowly from behind your shoulders, 2 more of your own heads appear. But not growing from your body, just behind you, like 2 people that are you rose up behind you. And then 4 more people rise up behind them, and then faster and faster all the way down the mirror. When you look at the other mirrors on either side of you, you can see the same thing, this mass amount of you. And then the 2 on the side look towards you, and their haircuts change, and their faces change, and their clothes change. And then that ripples back throughout all these Navads with these slight or great differences. And then the one on one side whispers in your ear, make a choice. And the one on the other side says, it's all fine. And they lean in.
Huh. I like you guys. I think because I like you guys, I'm not going to do either. I'm not going to make a choice because it's not fine. So both of you can hit the bricks. This is what I'm saying in my mind.
Sure. The two Navads on either side of you come forward and give you a kiss on the cheek and then slowly push in. And this is very uncomfortable. This does not feel like a mirror image. It feels like people are kind of pushing themselves into your head. And as that's happening, you start having more than one thought at the same time. And it's not like multitasking. It's like literally thinking about different things and having different memories, even though you're still you, pushing into your head, pushing in, pushing in, pushing in. And then more and more of the Navads behind you push in, and you get, your brain is in pain. There's lightning flowing from one neuron to the next. You scream and wake up outside of the mirror hall.
Epilogue. After this event, Doretta decides to discontinue her training as a magical healer and focus on her compassion and her skills as a regular healer, doctor. She is somebody who cares for people. Like she said, she works, she has a life, she contributes. She was only really a mage because she had the gift. And this, if nothing else, convinced her that it was an empty path for her. Keb becomes more humble. He has seen within himself his own arrogance. And it's never going to completely go away, but it makes him a better person, a better caster. Navad, this is definitely an excuse to begin working on your sense skills, your divination abilities.
Mm-hmm.
But you will begin studying those specifically with Merlin when you get back to the Shire.
That sounds like a good plan for Navad. So I can understand.
Part 2, Colt. Can we have the intro, please?
The wasted world is a brutal place. If you are someone that others turn to for strength, it can be hard, even dangerous, to allow yourself to be seen as anything but tough. For Torg, finding ways to cope with being misunderstood is a daily struggle. Not everyone sees the good heart in their broad chest, but someone has in a tale we call your biggest fan.
So Torg has been hired to escort some travelers to a settlement to the northeast. You made the journey successfully. You were attacked a couple of times for being Torg. You beat some butts. You kicked in some heads. You got the people where they needed to go. You made sure they were okay. You earned a little coin. All is well. You're on your way back home, a little richer. You know, they also gave you some... you find that generally when you help people, you do these kind of escort mission kind of things. If nothing else, they always have food for you. So you, if nothing else, have a bag full of thank you cupcakes and that kind of shit. You're on your way back and you're maybe a day out of the Shire, part of a day. You're on foot, you didn't take the trunk. And you see a figure sitting at a crossroads up ahead that looks familiar. She's a young woman. Not particularly tall, even from a distance you can tell. Shorter people are proportioned a little differently. She's young and short and has little like cosplay fox or kitty ears. You recognize her as the young woman that came up to you after you kicked the ass of the jerk sauce fox in the bar, who told you you're amazing and showered you with respect and admiration. So very familiar. You don't know if she's a mutant or not, but if she has a mutation, it's not obvious. And she seems to be waiting for you.
I recognize cute fangirl.
Torg! Torg!
Me, Torg?
Yes, Torg!
Hi!
Mia! Mia is here for Torg!
Torg, remember Mia. Oh, Torg, so happy to see Mia. Wait, did Mia say Mia here for Torg?
Mia here for Torg! Mia loves Torg ever since Torg protected Mia.
Oh, jeez.
Mia just wanted to say thank you, Torg, and Mia doesn't need fake fox ears anymore.
Is Mia telling Torg? Torg make Mia feel so good about Mia that she no longer need to hide around fake. Oh, Torg. Torg know not what to say. Torg very touched. Torg very touched.
Mia knew Torg would be very touched because Mia knows Torg's heart. Mia sees things other people don't see.
Mia, can Torg be honest with Mia?
Yes.
Torg has fam. Torg has people who Torg love and love Torg. But most other people just see large, mean, scary, bright and cheerful, but scary Torg. And people not always realize Torg has more. So Torg really appreciate Mia.
Mia appreciates Torg more than anybody Mia has ever met. Torg saved Mia in more ways than Mia can count.
Oh, Torg insists that Mia stop thanking Torg because Torg so emotional right now. Torg very, very worried that Torg will start crying big Torg tears. And no one want to be around Torg tears because they unfortunately carry the weight of Torg's power. So it's best not that I cry near you. But also, Torg wants you to think of Torg as equal.
Oh no.
So
No.
if Torg's so great, then Mia's so great too.
Mia's great now that with Torg. And Mia wants Torg to know that Mia's very proud of the work Torg has been doing. Torg saved so many people. Torg fought in battles when people could not fight for themselves. Torg had so many great ideas, and Torg stood up for ethical issues when no one else would speak.
Torg touched. Torg very happy that Mia say so about Torg. But Torg want to know. Tell Torg about Mia. Torg know about Torg. Torg want to know more about your radiant, awesome kindness. Clearly, Torg feel like Now, I hear you say I save you and you credit me. However, Torg feel you be able to save yourself. Torg just trying to help.
Mia can save herself now. Mia was born in a bar when Torg saved her. Mia came out into the world and was birthed in that bar. And Mia's God was Torg. And so Mia learns and is learning how to fight and be strong. And Mia is little bitty. But Mia will fight on behalf of all the people, no matter their size, no matter Mia's size. And Torg will have a Laverne and Shirley Mia will have a Laverne and Shirley for Mia's sake.
Torg, can you roll 4 dice for me? Do a test.
Torg has to say, Torg love the way Mia talk.
No need for the roll, because succeeding the roll will give you the information that Mia didn't used to talk like that. And also when she held up her hands, she's got Laverne and Shirley written over her knuckles.
Torg must know where you get badass Laverne Shirley. Mia tat.
Oh, Mia searched high and low for an artist that would not only tattoo on Mia's knuckles, but spell Laverne and Shirley correctly. And Mia knows that Torg loves to read and carries board books with Torg. And so Mia checked out books in an old, rundown, decrepit library. And Mia found the spellings to Laverne and Shirley and found a tattoo artist in the East. And the tattoo artist...
Mia. Torg, very excited. Torg, not mean to be interrupty and rude, so please forgive Torg. However, Mia, did Mia just say she find old library?
Yes.
Mia pulls out a folded piece of an old magazine, and it's got like an old Laverne and Shirley article. It's the one she saved for reference. Library may have actually meant like magazine stand, judging by what she's clung to, but she's got 6 o'clock. Laverne's back because Shirley has fucked the postman. Catch it,
Yes, the library had some papers with words and other goods like an old can of peach. And this decrepit library had also a back storage room with an old bucket. And Mia used that bucket to punch and punch and punch and get strong. And Mia is not afraid of pain anymore.
Torg very impressed with Mia punch bucketing. Torg think Mia very, very smart for using punch bucket. Punch bucket good training because punch bucket not die, nor cry, nor be mad at you for hitting.
Yes.
Very smart.
Mia is exactly like Torg. Mia is very smart, but no one knows it but Mia and Torg.
Torg knows it. Torg knows Mia smart. I could tell it right off of you. Torg tell. Torg know.
Torg, you notice
Torg also say.
She's got colorful ribbons in your colors in one of her braids.
Torg must add Mia. A, Mia must show Torg this magical library at some point. And B, Torg, dig hair. Very cool. Not sure where you get idea. Torg make joke. Torg no, you take Torg hair. Torg very, very flatter.
Mia glad Torg noticed because, and then she cuts off the braid. This is actually for Torg. as a present to Torg from Mia.
Mia, you watch out. You make Torg cry again. Torg's so happy. Torg put in here right now.
I need an insight roll from Torg.
Torg forgets to pull up sheet. Can someone tell how many number for insight for Torg?
Let's just say 4.
Mia can, and
Oh, yeah.
it's 2.
Oh, yeah, Mia knows your sheet. Of course she does. You go and roll 3 dice, you get a bonus.
Torg 643.
So you know the looks on some of the people in that little island with the motherfucker cult leader? The kind of like staring. Oh yeah, you might not have been on that one. She's barely blinked since you came into view.
Mia. Torg
Torg.
really want to make sure Mia not take this in bad way. Torg love everything Mia do and be about. Mia Torgific. However, Torg have question for Mia. Torg wonder why Mia no blink. Torg notice Mia seem to be all eye.
Huh. Mia didn't notice blinking. When Mia looks at Torg, Mia never wants to look away from Torg, not even to close Mia's eyes.
Well, Mia, again, no offense, but you eyes no dry? Torg want to know, does Mia eye feel like desert?
Mia only feels one thing, and it's not dryness.
Torg find that very funny. Torg feel you make joke.
Torg, I'm going to give you that you make your insight roll. Yeah, she's not kidding.
Mia, I appreciate the no dryness. Torg just very shocked. Cause Torg, when Torg wide open eye, Torg I get very dry. So Torg very impressed with your wetness.
Thank you.
Torg sorry. Torg realized how gross that sound.
So
Torg laugh now.
Mia, will you get
Very hard.
physically close? Do you get physically close to Torg, or do you keep your distance?
I'm inching. She's inching towards Torg.
So it's probably been approaching.
Yeah, just subtly.
Yeah. So yeah, Torg, at this point, you realize how close Mia actually is. And it's kind of looking up at you. You're also noticing the difference between 15 and 16 since you last saw her. So she was reading very much like little girl when you saw her. It was also downplaying it with the cosplay ears. She has gone a different way.
Mia, Torg again must emphasize Torg's proudness to see Mia grow into strong, capable Mia.
Oh, Mia's only Mia because of Torg.
Oh,
Yeah,
Torg insists Mia give Mia credit. Torg not all there. It's not, I I not kick punch bucket with you. I not go off and fight things, and I not find amazing tattoo artists for Shavern and Lurl. Torg not do those things.
Torg,
Mia do those things.
Torg,
Mia make Mia great.
Torg was with Mia the whole time. Torg was in Mia's heart.
Oh,
Is Mia's heart.
So Mia, I think that gesture that Jess just made would be a cross over to Torg. So it set a comparatively tiny hand on your jacket.
Mia. Torg say Mia. Torg like Mia. Torg say Mia friend. No. Torg say Mia family.
Family as in
You like little sister to Torg, or little Mia, or little they. Torg not imply what Mia Mia's.
Mia is Mia. Mia doesn't want to be sister or sibling to Torg. Mia wants to be Torg's heart too. Mia wants to be with Torg forever. Mia wants to love Torg and lay with Torg. And Mia wants to grow old with Torg. And Mia wants to be with Torg and die on the same day.
Torg flatter. Torg want to be delicate. And Torg want to insist that Mia realize this has nothing to do with Mia per se. But Torg once read about an old book Torg find at old library, not amazing library that Mia described to Torg, but different library. However, this library seems to have lots and lots of very, very large iron shelves and broken pallets. And Torg find in the middle of these pallets a old book that I believe was considered to be very, very trusted in pre-Boom Boom days. And Torg read about someone named Leo who have problem dating people he could be dada to. And Torg know that Torg could never be a Leo. Mia too young for Torg. Torg need to be with someone who adult. Not saying Mia not adult. Torg very proud of Mia, but Mia still young Mia. Mia not adult Mia. And Torg just no feel right about that such Mia. Torg no want to be Leo. Torg date people own age. Or Torg compatible age. Torg hope Mia get what Torg say, but Torg want Mia to know that Torg love Mia. And Torg would love for Mia to be in Torg life forever. And for Mia to potentially die, maybe not with Torg, because Mia much younger than Torg, and if you die with Torg feel like that be tragic, young, sad. Torg no want that for Mia, but if Mia was there when Torg do pass, Torg would be okay. Because Torg see Mia as little Torg.
Mia took Cosmopolitan magazine test in old library. And Tess said Mia could get her heart broken.
No, Torg, not break heart. Torg not want to break heart. Torg insists and know that Mia find another Torg-like person who more appropriate age for Mia to love. Torg promise. Torg, Torg remember actually. Torg knows someone who closer to Mia age. Torg have friend in family, but not family by blood, so no incestuary. Just friend family. The way Mia friend family. Maybe you two could be friend family. This person much closer to Mia love age. Torg want to do everything to help Mia find love, and Torg love Mia. Just love Mia as tiny Torg.
Mia can accept tiny Torg status, but Mia will always love big Torg for the rest of Mia's days.
Torg think that okay. Torg think that a-okay.
Can little Torg hug big Torg one last time?
Torg hope it not be last time. Torg hope it is one of the first of many, many, many million more hugs in a time of long life. Torg slowly reaches down and very, very gently puts their arms around tiny Torg Mia and tries not to squish too hard as
So
to
the
hurt
camera
her.
pulls back and we swing around to see over Torg's shoulder. And we see the look in Mia's eyes is blissful and non-platonic. And we then turn around and see, sticking out of her back pocket is a little stuffy that she made that looks just like Torg and has the other ribbons to be the braid at the back. It has very much almost a voodoo doll appearance to it. And as we cut away, we kind of hear Mia make a little bit of a groan as she's hugged, which she quickly plays off as kind of tight, Torg. And then the two walk to the Shire together. Colt, part 3, please.
Erik is a troubled soul. He has made an art of finding ways to avoid dealing with or even thinking about his pain. Every time he squeezes Karen's trigger, he takes back a little bit of the control over his life and feelings that he can feel slipping away. Another solve is found in the bottles of chunga he drinks with his closest and most trusted friends. The problem with drink is that it can lead to honesty and to sharing secrets you had sworn you would take to your grave. Raise a glass as I tell you the tale of One for the Road.
We begin in a booze hall called Hell. In Hell, there's a small table, 4 friends sitting around it, evidence of an evening misspent all around the table and around them. So there are bottles and cans, little ends of snacks, uneaten ends of snacks. It's not the beginning of a night, it's the end of a night. At the head of the table is Erik, who we all know. He is our very favorite monkey goblin, or 3-eyed monkey goblin. Beside him is a woman named Maria Mars. Jen, would you like to describe Maria, or should
I? Maria gives you permission to describe her.
Excellent. So she's a human You can't tell if she's a mutant or not because she's wearing an awful lot of salvage, particularly bits of salvage armor. So she's got a little bit of a Boba Fett, like I wear this crap because I found it after a fight and I'm just gonna wear it because it's good. But it doesn't all match, but it's all fairly serious business. It's almost enough to count as junk mail. Like everybody else here, your weapons there's a rack by the front of the bar. So you don't have them at the table with you, although you have several, as it does almost everybody in the bar. You have your holdout shit on you, but the big obvious stuff is over there on the rack. Maria looks world weary and worn. It's not, the saying of it's not the age, it's the mileage. She is someone who's been through the grinder, come out, kicked the crap out of the grinder, and gone back in just to show the grinder what's what. Next to her is sitting Tosh. Tosh, do you want to describe yourself or should I? Yeah, you're muted.
Sorry about that. I can't see. Got my glasses off. Tosh looks like this. This is what Tosh looks like. Looks like wears this and has a lot of scarring around his eyes, and you really can't see any other skin.
Yeah, the only thing that he's not done, kudos, is he's obviously got probably radiation scarring because there's some seepage. So there's like damp areas of the bandages. So he's covered himself up almost completely. And like everybody else, his weapons are mostly over in the corner. The fourth member of the party is Abbott. Do you want to describe Abbott, Shannon?
Yeah, so Abbott is he's a mutant with sort of hawk-like features. He is a little bit grizzled. He's a compatriot of Erik's. Given that I'm wearing this hoodie, I think he's sort of a cross between the vultures from the animated Disney Robin Hood movie that are like the crossbow guards who kind of walk around the thing, and Bill Belichick. So,
wow, that is a tall pot accident.
And my name is Abbott.
So the four of you have been drinking and trading stories and talking crap most of the night. One of the waitstaff comes over and has a tray that's kind of a ceremonial silver tray. And on it is a jug that's been kept up. And you know that is a jug of changa. You've not been drinking changa because changa is 2 steps worse than drinking like jet fuel. Changa is legit dangerous. Changa is actually more dangerous than, I forget what it's called, but that's stuff they literally make with human shit. Like it's slightly more dangerous. Jankum. It's actually slightly more dangerous than Jankum. So at some point, this group decided we're gonna take this up a notch, order the changa, and they bring it over, kind of almost ritualistically, set it down. The waiter says, "Oh shit just got real, huh?
Yeah.
You need cups?
Looks like it.
You get you some cups."
No, we don't need cups. I trust these.
And
I trust these mouths.
The night took a turn when Abbott called the start of the game.
So the changas come out, but let's make the evening a little more interesting. Let's play a little bit of liars and losers.
Oh shit.
I have a feeling you expect me to be worried or scared about this for some reason.
I just, I think we should play.
Well, yeah, but you said it like a scared 8-year-old boy.
So, okay, fine. We'll start with you. Have you ever been scared?
Really? You're asking me if I've been scared.
Uh-huh.
Look, I know that you're expecting the traditional tough ass, nothing ever scares me bullshit answer, but I'm fucking terrified all of the time. Why wouldn't I be? We're living in fucking bullshit hell. For Christ's sake. Of course I get scared. Jesus. What do you want me to say? No, I never get scared all the times that I've just tried to murder or be murdered by people. No, I'm scared, but fear doesn't matter because nothing matters.
So at this point,
Stupid question.
The way the game works is the people with you either shut up and believe what you said, or they call you for a liar, they call bullshit and make you drink. So does anyone call bullshit, or do you believe what she said?
That was actually that was pretty good. I was expecting you to lie and say you've never been scared, and then we'd have to make you drink. You should drink anyway.
We never have to make her drink.
No, you never have to make me do shit.
That's
Which is why I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but I appreciate being around you two, that's for sure.
Yes.
So Maria, it's now on you to ask a question of someone else in the circle.
All right. Erik.
Mm.
No, I'm not going to ask some weak ass, obvious freaking question like Abbott over here. But I'm also not trying to trip you up. And I also, shit, like I said, we've all been through fucking hell. I think I've heard your war stories and your hell stories of like fighting off giant worm tooth, this, and then that, blah, 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 boom, 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 my knee. I've heard all of that shit. I don't want to hear about any overblown fucking look at me, I'm an awesome fighter shit. I want to know, Erik, what is the cutest and or weirdest creature you've ever found burrowing in your sleep sack? I know y'all didn't expect me to ask that. I just want to know some weird, stupid shit.
Invited or uninvited?
Oh! You know, Erik, as I said, I don't feel joy very often, but I think I felt something move in me with that answer.
Well, if you want to hear about something moving, I'll tell you about the thing that slept in my sleep sack.
Oh, okay. Now that's a little.
You ever hear of a plantar?
Yes, I have heard of a plantar. However, I thought those were like practically non-existent.
No, well, it's rare that you get to find a living wart, but there it was, sitting in my sleep sack, crawling around. It was not exciting. It was not enjoyable. It was completely unpleasant, and yet I laughed the entire time I squiggled with that thing. All I wanted to do was get out the sack. And of course, somebody zipped it up, so I was stuck in there with that thing. It couldn't really hurt you. It's just a wart, but it's funky, and it's weird, and I don't like it.
Does anyone call bullshit?
Oh.
Well, gentlemen and my lady, I do call bullshit.
What? Taj, you're crazy.
Nah, yeah.
How can you make up shit like that? Like,
I'm with you. I'm with Taj. There's something off about that story. Either that was he was invited in, or he enjoyed it a lot more. There's something not quite right about that story.
I believe they're extinct.
So the game is not called for you actually being right or wrong. It doesn't even matter if you were lying or not. Two of them told you to drink. You need to drink. I need an endurance save, please.
Chonga, motherfuckers.
Chonga.
Hold on. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, the taste is especially piquant today. There's maybe pickle juice in the back end.
Oh, Changa. Oh. You motherfuckers are in for an evening.
Erik, let me remind you, I was not in charge of you putting that rancid asshole in your mouth. Just as a reminder, I was
trying
on
to
your
throw
side.
everybody else under the bus.
All I'm saying, man, is that I like the story and I don't want to live in a world where it's not true.
Well, it's not true. They got me. I'm bullshit.
You mother.
I knew
Tosh.
Oh no.
Since you were the one to call loser, you get to be the one to answer the next question.
Okay.
I have never once, in the 26 years I have known you, seen you without that wrap on your face.
Right, correct.
I want you to tell me accurately, without ever taking it off, what is underneath that bandage, baby.
So there's this old comic book I've seen some issues of floating around the wastelands called Batman. And in the story Batman, there's a villain called Two-Face. You happen to be aware of this character, Two-Face, any of you?
No.
No?
I can't say that I understand the old nerd stuff.
Well, let me elucidate then. Two-Face, he had half his face splashed with acid, thus scarring it beyond human recognition. I want you to, and the other side was normal, a normal human face. Now imagine all of it is the one side.
So he's one face?
I'm one face.
All right.
Do you think there's a handsome face under here? A strong jaw? A good set of teeth? I'm radiation poisoned, you fool.
All right. That was exciting.
So?
I hear no calls of bullshit, so it's on you, sir.
This is the truth. My face is a horrible nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, we guessed.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, man. Like, if you didn't have like a garbage pail, psychedelic nightmare underneath those like layers of gauze, I mean, I wouldn't imagine why you'd go through all the trouble of wrapping that around in this hot environment. I mean, unless, you're like a sadist or something, which you could very well be both. I don't know. That fits. But yeah, man, we don't think you're lying. I'm more curious as to how that happened.
What, I explored the wastelands and, well, save it for your next question.
Should have asked that question.
Yes.
I call bullshit on myself. Changa.
Wow.
Do y'all think this is the last time we're ever going to drink together? No, there's time to find out the fucking horror story that's happening underneath those bandages.
Yes, well, certainly there are.
You make the roll, Erik?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're fine so far. Okay,
yep.
So what's your question, Tosh?
Well, I'm going to ask Erik a question. He's been quite busy these past few months. What would you consider to be the greatest shot you've ever made with your rifle?
Greatest shot I ever made.
Yes.
Actually, it was point blank. One of my friends got wasted in the waste. And I spent a little time looking for some revenge. When I found it, I took it at about 6 inches away. Karen is pretty good from about 1/4 mile, but she's real good from about 6 inches away. Suffice it to say that there was so little left of this individual when I was done with that experience that even his teeth could not be used to identify him were there such a practice still in practice. That was my favorite shot.
I did ask for greatest, but I shudder to correct you.
All right. Any bullshits? Who wants to call me on my bullshit?
Fuck
I
no.
call bullshit. I call bullshit. I'll
Nope.
tell you right now, man. You wouldn't be able to do that without breaking down and sobbing. That's a little much. I mean, you're a piece of shit, but you're not that kind of piece of shit. I don't know if I buy that.
The waiter sets down a jar of pickled squids. Yeah, he's a sniper too. Everybody knows that.
You stay out of this.
You can see at this point that everybody left at the bar is listening to your game.
I take a pickled squid.
Spicy and terrible.
Okay, Changa.
Endurance save.
No.
Okay, that's one. I'm not going to tell you how many you get and what they mean, but that's one.
All right. I would assume that I'm really fucked up at this point.
Yeah, you're feeling it.
Hey, Abbott. Hey, Abbott. I got one for you.
Okay.
So, I know that you're all tough and falcony and stuff like that, but you never have actually ever been able to bring yourself to eat a mouse, have you?
That's a good question. So is the question, have I ever eaten a mouse?
I believe the question was, you have never been able to actually bring yourself to be able to eat a mouse, have you? You parse that however you'd like.
It's so funny that you would ask this question on this, of all days. Because as I was making my way over here, I can see pretty good. Better than you maybe even though you got 3 eyes. I got these hawk eyes. Like hawk eyes. Not a hawkeye, but the same thing. Might as well be. Why not? And I saw this. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a little mouse that he's got in his pocket. So, if the question is whether or not I have, previous to this very moment, ever brought myself to this level, I don't know how to answer that. But how about this?
That gets a response from the bar for sure.
Excellent party trick.
I'm not going to put that on the gun, though. That's, like, it's not a sentient being. I can't, it's just food.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, Abbott. I don't know about the non-sentient thing. I once had a thing with a girl with a rat tail. So you can never be so sure.
All right.
Well, I maybe I didn't kill it with my gun, so I'm not going to mark my gun.
You do you, Abbott.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we can't call bullshit on that. You straight up
You ate the
Hannibal Lecter that mouse. And I
Changa.
know who that is because
Endurance save,
my
Erik?
rat girl partner happened to be obsessed with the old school books that she found. So
That's
trust
true.
me, that reference point's tip top.
Okay, Abbott, it's on you.
Oh, I get to ask a question now. Huh, okay. I already asked Maria a question and she didn't like my question. I think maybe we got to ask Tosh a question. All right. Tosh. What is the most guilty you have ever felt when you've been out in the wasteland? What is the worst fucking thing you've ever done? That you felt guilty about? Tell me about it.
So there was this group of what appeared to be scavengers who hired me to take them into some of the more irradiated locations in the wastes to scavenge and find items that haven't been disturbed by human hands or anybody's hands for these low 100, 200 years. And as we traveled, it became apparent to me that this group of scavengers were actually more of a murderous gang. Now, they had paid me and they weren't planning to kill me, but it became apparent that they were going to use the nearby irradiated zone as a launching ground to attack travelers and nearby locations. And my job was to guide them through this irradiated area safely, as there are safe zones. And me being what I have turned into, I can sense where the radiation is and where the radiation is not. So I took the scavengers, the murderers, into this irradiated area, a small town that had a nuclear reactor, that when the event happened, there was a meltdown. And I guided them through safely, and then to places not so safe, but I gained their trust. And they were looking for a large room where they could possibly set up camp, as they called it. And I showed them a room just off the reactor core. And when I went out to use the bathroom, I sealed that door. And now when I walk past that reactor core, I imagine those people and what must have happened to them. I know some of them may have even survived, given the transformations we've seen, just trapped in there. Worse than me.
Bullshit.
You like that?
You got
Fucking
me.
bullshit. Absolutely not.
No, I don't feel bad about it. Drink.
You liked it.
Changa, changa, changa,
They were
changa,
assholes. They deserve
changa.
what they got. Glug, glug, glug.
You don't have feelings for people who tried to fucking kill you, man.
Or anyone else, if I can help it.
I mean, true.
Right?
It's the safest way. I mean,
Yes. It's my turn. Erik, you know what? There have been many times throughout our friendship that I have not liked you. I thought you were an asshole, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, you can be a bully. Number two, you can be a real sourpuss. You know that? Number three, you've left me in the ditch to find my own way home. Number four, you take more than your fair share of the cut on jobs. Number five, your jacket's dumb. And number six, so's your shirt. Here's my question. What? Tell me which. How's your family? Are they good? No, wait, hold on. How's that new family you've got? Those dickheads that you won't introduce us to? How are they? Good? Bad?
Ask me a different question.
Okay. How fast have you gone in a truck? the fastest you've gone in a truck?
I mean, probably about 8.
I think we need. No, Tosh, this is stupid. Ask him a meaningful question. Ask him.
Seriously, Tosh, I call bullshit on your question. I'm with Abbott.
That's fair. That's
Something else.
fair. China!
Tosh has now had 2. 2 is his limit. Tosh passes out on the table.
And let me tell you something about you.
Man, I was going to respond to his points point by point, but...
He raised good points, but I thought he was going to ask something meaningful like, have you ever been in love?
Oh. I mean, even fucking ice queens and icemen have fucking been in love, but I don't know about Erik, man. You'd have to be real convincing. I'm curious though. To Abbott, that's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been in love.
Well,
It's about.
I mean, you can't leave it like that, man. If you're gonna say it,
I'm
then
talking.
you gotta finish the beats. All right. Okay.
Give me the changa.
All right. Shit, man. Are you gonna be vertical for this?
Did he just preemptively?
I did not save.
Begin your story and pass out halfway through.
Okay. About 5 years ago now, I met a beautiful little rabbit girl. Her name was Priya. And when she saw me, she saw me. She didn't see a goblin. She didn't see a monkey. She saw me. And we saw each other for a while. And rabbits, you know, they have a reputation. And they wrong. We got pretty close pretty quick. I stopped taking jobs. I figured we live off the credits we had. I had some votes. She had some votes. We had a place. And I got it into my head that was what I wanted forever. And then I was ready to settle down a little bit and stop acting the fool. So I went and I got a little stupid little ring. And I went to go ask her. That motherfucker. You know, I think she fucked my brother because she wanted a meaner version of me, and I should have been mean to begin with. I should have never let my shit down. I should have never took off the patch. I should have never put down the gun. I think she wanted a version of me that would treat her bad. And I think she wanted a version of me that didn't give a shit about her. So that motherfucker ended up with my life, and I ended up with this one. I swear to God damn it. This fucking changa.
Oh man. Abity pass out before I could call total bullshit.
Bullshit!
Hey, please! Oh, come on.
We're going to take a 3-minute bio break, Colt. But first, I want to wish a very happy birthday to Jen. All hail to the best of the best. And we'll be back in 3.
Oh my God, that's so sweet.
Some people have a nurturing maternal nature. Many end up becoming mothers, but others find different ways to express this important part of their personality. For Dr. Wynona, finding a stray beast that needed her filled a hole in her life so perfectly that she never saw it as the mutant monster it is. To her, Bork is a chunky puppy and a very good boy. There are others in the Shire who have found the same answer. Let's join them for a walk in the tale I call Dog Park.
Three Shirelings are out walking their beasties in a green stretch they've been calling the dog park. They even found an old dog park sign, the kind with the picture of the dog pooping with the red circle slash, and put that up to show what that space was for. So you're all within a very short walk of the Beaver Place from home, and there are 3 of you out today. So there's Dr. Wynona and Bork, who, as we recall, now has purple hair, which is getting longer and longer, and is also wearing a cut-down cable knit sweater. Danielle swears she's working on a picture of the Bork. And in her company is Gawain. Gawain, you want to describe yourself, or should I do it?
You do it this time.
Cool. So he is an Oxma man, big dude. He doesn't have a specific job, like he's not going to work with a salary, but he's the kind of guy that in the Shire, if somebody needs something moved, be like, Gawain, can you budge the cooler? Gawain moves it. Affable, gentle giant. His pet is Tilda. Tilda is a mini mastodon pig. He dotes on it and spoils it. And compared to his size, it's the size of a mid-sized dog, but to him, it's like a purse long. It's very small. But he showers all the love and attention on it that he possibly could. And Wynona, you know him very well because he always, every time his little mini mastodon eats the wrong thing and has trouble pooping, he gets all worried and upset and goes to you to ask for help. The third person in this group I wanted today is Talbot. Shannon, you want to describe Talbot?
Yeah, so Talbot is Talbot's a mechanic at the Shire, and so he's kind of he's like looks a little bit like if you remember the old Dukes of Hazzard Cooter, the guy who ran the garage. He looks like Cooter, but one of the interesting things is he does have some mutated mottled skin, which, if you looked closely enough, would have a certain kind of color resemblance to the General Lee car. He's a little orange and blue and mottled tiger striped a little bit, but that's kind of his deal. And I got myself my pet is Borbo the wattle slug. It's like a big it's like a dog-sized maggot with 6 legs.
And they call these things wattle slugs because they can barely ambulate. So it just kind of slip. And
yep.
You don't see many of these things. Wynona, its biology is not super familiar to you because it's a really strange thingy. But you see all kinds of weird shit out here. So the 3 of you are taking a walk.
And then she wanted to eat all the flowers, and I was like, no, 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 no. You know how bad it is for you. But she just kept trying to eat them, and I kept trying to pull her head away and say, sweetie, 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 don't eat the flowers. But then I let her eat the flowers, and then she yacked it all up. Yeah. She's a very delicate creature, Wynona.
Well, what do I always say? We need discipline as much as we need love.
Yeah. She's just so cute. Because what is she? Don't Tilda.
The slug is still, he's pulling it along by its leash and it's kind of waddling forward.
Yeah,
By the way, Wynona, Bork does not like the slug.
It's okay, Borg.
Bork.
we should like get them together to play more or something, like just so they can get kind of warm up to one another.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Bork! Bork!
Okay. We always got those missions, and I've just been busy saving people with medicine and cures, and yeah.
Oh,
But,
I get it.
hey, what do you?
Well, maybe if you went out on one of your missions, you could leave Borg with me, and then Slavo and they could get together and know each other a little better.
Well, we've found that Bork is actually really good on these missions, and he's not an anxiety dog, but he's not an anxiety dog.
What's that mean, an anxiety dog? Does that mean a dog that's good for your anxiety, or that helps you with your anxiety, or a dog that causes anxieties in others so that you can overcome obstacles?
The former.
Okay, like a...
Wayne, Bork is eating some poo. Sorry, your Tilda is eating some of Bork's poo.
Hey. Keep away from there. No poo. No poo. I try to tell her not to eat poo, but she loves poo. I mean, it's like a delicious treat for her. Tilda. Come here, baby. No poo. No poo. Hey, when you go out on these trips, if you ever need somebody that could go and move things on the trips, I would be happy to come on the trips if you need somebody on the trips.
Oh, Wayne, thank you so much for that offer. Torg sort of is the strong.
Oh, yes.
Muscle.
Oh, yes. Torg is great and can be so good on those trips. But if you need other people on the trips, I am happy to come on the trips.
Or maybe I could come one of these times, like, fix your car or fix stuff. That girl that used to run with y'all, she died, right? I heard she died.
Bee passed away, yes.
But then you got another one that looks just like her, except she kicks stuff.
I mean, we're teaching Dee things, but yes, we met.
Well, I'm just saying, if you need somebody to work on cars or, put anything together, we'd love to come. And Slavo, he could come with it because they need to get to know each other because there's like not enough. He needs more friends.
And from what I understand, she is also very nearly dead. So if you need somebody else to come on the trips, you could have somebody else on the trips while she stays not dead.
Okay, I will bring this up with the group and we can talk about what you two could offer. But I think the Shire really is benefiting now from all of the things that you bring. And it's nice to kind of have a home base, the traveling so much, sometimes you don't get to put roots. I'm from a big family, we were raised Catholic because one of my, parents read about it in some book. And, sometimes I miss, yes, Gwen?
What is Catholic?
Oh, Catholicism. Where do I start? It is full of mystery, contradiction.
Ooh.
Tilda makes a strange groaning noise.
Sweetie, Tilda, sweetie.
Oh, no.
Wynona, do you check out the pig?
Yes.
Make a medical roll.
We have forgot.
What's the matter with her?
Partial.
I don't know, doctor. What is the matter with her?
It's got something in its bowel. You think it's probably been eating things it shouldn't.
Dwayne, what have you been feeding the pig?
I only give her what she wants, but also sometimes what she needs and also wants. She's a good girl and very pretty.
Bork! Bork! So you see
Yes.
the slug has been getting closer and closer.
Okay.
Can you help her?
Of course.
She is a delicate creature.
Bork!
Why don't I'll hold Bork for you, and I'll walk Bork while you work with the pig.
Bork's sort of my assistant. So why don't you, Talbot, go and sort of, we wouldn't want, just privacy issues is kind of what we're looking at right now.
Okay. I mean, it's just a pet. It's not. It can't be embarrassed.
Just a pet?
Yeah, I mean, they don't. Look, pets don't get embarrassed. That's all I mean.
Just a pet.
They don't get embarrassed.
Talbot. Just a
The slug
pet.
says,
I have made some bad decisions in my life on these missions, and I've learned a lot. Bork didn't get his sweater because a nice person knit it for him. I let somebody kill someone's pet, and now I'm reminded of that every single day. And so when you say something like just a pet, that's like me saying it's just a car or just an automobile or mechanic thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Gwen, the Mastodon pig is trying to reach something on itself to scratch, and its weird tusks can't reach.
Oh, come here, sweetie, come here. And I reach down and scratch it. Is this better? Is this
So
better
there's
for you?
something on it, some kind of parasite, not a tick, but like a tick.
Oh, doctor, there is something on Tilda.
Okay.
Can he pull it off? Is it?
Bork! Yeah.
So he pulls it off and just shows it into her face. See?
Yes.
So Wynona, Tulba is still bringing the thing closer to Bork, and Bork's freaking out.
Okay. All right. Talbot, I'm just gonna. I've got to look at this parasite. We've got to focus on Tilda right now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it out loud. Bork is not a fan of your pet.
Oh, it's that way. Okay.
It's not anything to do with you. I like you. Okay. It's just my pet can't be around your pet right now, especially when we're trying to help Tilda.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
How is it? What does that mean?
Your pet's stuck up. Your pet was cooked up by a toy company in a factory, and it thinks it's better than my waddle.
First off, never, ever refer to my pet again. Do you hear me? I don't want my pet's name in your mouth, okay? You know what I do on these missions? I sit there and I smile and I shoot a gun when I need to. And sometimes I don't miss, okay? So you don't want to mess with me or my pet. I will get Catholic on your ass.
I was just going to say, is this what being Catholic is all about?
Yes. Actually, you want to know what Catholicism is? We are an angry people. We're angry. And we don't forgive.
I hate to interrupt, but there's bugs on my pet.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Tilda, come here.
So I need a medical roll from Wynona with a 1 die bonus.
Oh, bonus. Okay, good. Yes. Success.
So those creatures are potentially deadly to bestial mutants like yourself.
Okay. Okay. Gwen, this is a problem. I'm actually in danger now.
Yes, you can help. That is a problem.
Yeah. We're going to need to get a non.
I need a notice check from Wynona, please.
Oh no, did not notice anything. Okay.
She is very sick. You are the only doctor I know. You must help.
We're gonna get some other help. I will call my friends, maybe.
Do not call. You are the only help. You are a doctor.
You're correct. You're right. You're right. I am a doctor and I cannot run away from adversity.
Talbot, I need a 4-die roll from you.
Okay. I got 1-6. 1-6.
All good. I'll get back to you in a second.
Okay.
Do not
You exploded. We'll be back.
Do not interact for right now.
Okay.
You have to help.
Okay.
Please, I will do anything.
Okay. Let me just get my medical bag and going to put the specimens in a plastic bag and hopefully they will not hurt anybody. So she puts the ticks
Okay.
up.
It'll take you about 10 minutes to pull these things off, but you can. You've got like either a little jar or a little bag, and you can put them in there. You'll be very careful not to get any on your like very short fur.
Yeah.
About this time, I think Gawain, because Wynona's very focused, notices that Talbot is not with you anymore. He's just gone.
Did he take his pet with him?
No. The wattle slug is there, and it's very close to Bork. And
Talbot?
Bork is leaning forward and doing the thing.
Talbot! Talbot!
You both know that Talbot was a recent addition to the settlement. He's only been around for a couple of months.
Doctor, your dog is angry at the slug, but the slug's owner is gone.
Oh, okay. Try to keep Bork away while I finish this. I cannot take my eyes off of this. I'm in grave danger.
You take care of my pet and my Tilda, and I will take care of your Bork.
4-die notice roll from Gawain.
What am I looking for?
Successes.
I got it. Yep.
So you notice that the slug has actually got basically like gill slits, and that there are those little beetly tick things crawling out from the gill slits, and they're trying to get onto Bork. And as far as you know, they have, because Bork has longer fur.
Oh no 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 no. What's that?
I assume you're pointing, yeah?
Yes. I'm pointing at the slug going, no, 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 no. The bad bugs, the bad bugs.
Okay, what about the bad bugs?
They are everywhere. The bugs are everywhere. They are on the Bork.
Okay.
So when you look over, you see what he saw. You see the gills over there.
No.
The creature was apparently infested. Make a medicine roll.
This is why we need to check pets before they're allowed in the dog park.
Yes.
Do I get a bonus die or no?
You do.
Good.
That shit. So those pests would not want the slug at all, which means those pests were put into the slug.
So
Oh.
say that one more time.
How but?
It would not have been infested because the pests don't care about slugs.
Oh, okay.
Somebody would have had to manually put those things into its body.
Okay. We can't accuse anyone, but clearly Talbot did this, right?
What's Talbot?
Am I the only one thinking this?
You are not the only one thinking this.
I usually give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Ask the group. I try to keep an open mind and I try to be optimistic.
I will ask the group.
No.
But first, we must kill Talbot.
I will end him if he hurts one hair on my dog. Like end. Like I'm talking medieval.
They are on your dog.
We string him up and we just.
There are bugs on your dog right now.
I'm taking him off.
So you need to make a toughness roll -1 die.
Toughness -1 die. Okay, give me 1 second. Why can't I find that?
It should be upper left.
Lower left.
Okay, just kidding. Oh gosh, -1. Wow.
Oh Lord.
No.
So make an endurance save, which will be towards the bottom of the left column.
I got it, that one. Yes, good.
Okay, so you do find a couple on you while you're doing it.
Yeah.
You pull them off. They would make you very, very sick, like chance of death sick. The reason you know this is you run into other people, mutants like yourself. It's the kind of thing you're like, by the way, have you heard this? Watch out for these fucking things. So it's the kind of thing that's gotten around.
Okay, this is clearly very dangerous to me specifically, Gawain. Okay, I'm thinking
Yes.
Murder one has to be. So we've got to find Talbot, and confront him.
Are our pets clean now?
But yours is, but definitely not Borg. That's going to take like an hour, and Wynona probably shouldn't do it herself.
Just am I affected by these things?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, like a tick, yeah, but
right.
Like suddenly get sick and maybe die. No.
I will take Bork and carry him in my arms, and I will make sure that no bugs get on you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
And I reach down and I pick Bork up. And
So we're going to pull the camera away as
like a witty baby.
Carrying this big slobby mutant sort of pretend dog that was created in the lab, like a little tiny puppy. And we're going to get the second shoe dropping on this in the end of the stories today. But for right now, let's go ahead and roll the intro to part 5.
Ooh.
There was a saying in the old world, no one is an island. In the decades that followed the fall, generations of rugged individualists had to learn the hard way that we always trumps me. Society has slowly come staggering back from the brink. Even when things were at their worst and chaos ruled the land, there were individuals who clung to the idea that the human race would need the commitment to one another offered by society to make it through. One of these believers is Agent Goldwater, who proudly serves a country that failed over a century ago. It has been a lonely, often quixotic life. Until today, our final tale is called Those Who Serve.
Goldwater has come to what's left of an abandoned packing mail. So there's still some rotted out boxes. Most of the cardboard has fallen to nothing a long time ago. But there's the standard counter and reception equipment and the scale, which doesn't work anymore, but it has a definite vibe to it. You received a note several days ago that told you to come here and claimed that you should meet someone here on government business. So given that someone at least knew to ask you about government business, you decided at the very least to check it out. You were cautious, so you did surveil the location long enough to figure out that there's not snipers or bombs. But then you go to where you were directed, and when you enter, you find 2 women. Rita, and Rita is played by Jen. Rita is a 4-armed mutant, and she has a salvaged and patched back together ranger uniform, like a park ranger uniform, and the standard waster like travel bags and equipment. But the basis of it is she's wearing a ranger uniform. The other person is Kate, and she is wearing basically very heavy traveling clothes, but she's got a postal carrier patch sewn onto her coat and has a leather mail carrier bag. They are basically hanging out, chatting, and Goldwater enters.
You wanted to meet me?
We did.
You're on mute. You're on mute. Jen, you're on mute. Jen, you're on mute. Jen, you're on mute.
No, I don't believe I am. My name is Rita, and I am not on mute. Thank you very much. I happened to unmute myself right before you called out this Jen lady. So, how about that? I will say, aside from that previous misconception that I just saw you persevere with your eyes, I will say, yes, I am Ranger Rita. This here is our dear friend. Well, my dear friend, hopefully soon to be your dear friend as well.
Carrier Kate.
There we go.
Fingers crossed. I think the three of us have a lot in common. We're going to get to know each other and we're going to be very beneficial to one another. Okay? You got it?
That's exactly what I think too. Rita absolutely agrees with her pal. If you have not come together yet, there, Mr. Goldwater, we too are servants and workers for the government, and we absolutely appreciate your fellow commitment to keeping things in order. And if you have not been able to tell, I'm a ranger.
Yes.
A park ranger.
Part
and
of the National Forestry Service.
Not needed during a time of post-apocalyptic eras, but they would be wrong. Wrong. Dead wrong. Now, you tell them now. Now, you know I'm Ranger Rita.
I'm
Carrier.
Kate.
There you go. Carrier Kate, why don't you tell Goldwater here why you are indispensable?
I'm indispensable. First off, you should remember our names because alliteration, okay? You get no free passes on anything here, okay? We are serious. I come from a long line of postal carriers. I can't even tell you how long. I'm a generational postal carrier and I will not stop. I do not care if every human dies tomorrow. I will still be delivering them their mail.
Yep, that's decades. Miss Carrier Kate's family has been delivering your freedom via the mail. And we understand that you, sir, are in charge of the IRS.
In charge of the IRS?
Why, yes, that you are the one in charge of making sure that the IRS standards to which we so appreciate being upheld by the government.
That is true. I am a special agent for the Internal Revenue Service.
Music to our ears. Music to our ears.
Ding, 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 dong. Baby girls, that is just what we thought. And we are going to be cheering forever. Because now we know we got a third partner in crime. Don't we, Carrier Kate?
Got our third. We found.
Or should I should say partner in non-crime.
I like it.
We're the good guys.
Yes.
We're the good gals. We're the good people.
Yes. So I see we all work for different branches of the U.S. national government. What do you propose we do as a trio?
I got to get the mail out. Okay. I have to get the mail out. All right. And I need a person like you to help me.
Yes, absolutely. Carrier Kate, while she can do mighty amounts of stuff all on her own, as she is a badass carrier, unfortunately, she still needs help from time to time reaching all those people with the correct information. And that's where you, Mr. Goldwater, can come in and make sure that she is delivering them the proper notices they need to stay legal within the IRS.
Especially during that tax season. I can't all the forms. I need you.
Absolutely. Like I said, Carrier Kate's very smart. She does a lot of things well. She's amazing. She's perfect. However, she does not know all the forms the way that we imagine you are very familiar with. And I personally needed to talk to you. Because Ranger Rita's got a problem. Listen here, as a man of the government, that it is my job as Ranger to make sure that all the national parks of the Wastelands are being properly taken care of. And I believe there needs to be a form filled out by anybody wishing to park their residence up into national park area. And I was previously given those forms and they work like a charm, but I have got one person who will not sign their form. And so I have to evict them from the park. Well, one of the parks, not all the parks. I mean, there's more than one park. It's National Parks Services.
Yes.
Park Service. But you see, now I need some muscle. And I think you could be very convincing because we have heard Carrier Kate tell him the stories that we have heard about him.
Oh, where do I even start? You and your noggin, as they say. You're smart. You're easy on the eyeballs.
Yep.
You never quit. You never. People tell us, you two gals, you're nuts. Okay, nobody cares about no mail. They don't care about no parks. There's not even a park. There's not even a mail. But we keep going. And they said there's another guy that won't ever stop, and that guy is Goldwater.
And we said, oh my gosh, we got to meet this gentleman. Because it's very, very clear that we all need to be working together to make sure that the government runs smoothly. Because everything's all a mess right now. I mean, we're three of the last people that are even trying to uphold the standards of the United States of America.
Goldwater, you have excellent awareness. You're the first to notice that there is a big black Lincoln pulling up outside.
There's a car driving up. I point at it.
It's got little
Goldwater.
Little American flags on the hood.
It appears to be an official U.S. government vehicle, perhaps an ambassador of some sort.
Oh my gosh. Carrier Kate. Goldwater. I think this is our time. I have heard stories about the shadow government looking around and making sure that those of us that are still doing our jobs are doing our jobs right. And I feel like we're about to get a medal or something. I sure hope so. I feel it. I swear. I think this. I think it's happening.
Do I have lipstick on my teeth?
Oh, shit.
No, you do not. There is no lipstick on your teeth.
A hairless middle-aged man in a black suit gets out. He's got the little tie and he's got the sunglasses and he heads over towards him.
Oh my gosh.
Greetings.
Goldwater, take the lead on this, please. I think I'm about to pass out from excitement.
He reaches into his jacket and pulls out a Homeland Security badge. Agent Carlisle, Homeland Security. I represent the shadow government of the United States of America. I have been dispatched to speak to each of you as to your respective roles in the continuing existence of the great American government, which is maintained despite the belief of many that it no longer exists.
Oh my gosh, we are so, yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you.
When he speaks, there's a weird echo. It sounds like there's a second voice coming from the back of his head.
Why do you say shadow government? What's wrong with the actual government?
Because we are currently, as it has been said and is pervaded in the shadows, until it is time for us to step forward from the shadows when the full structure and the power and authority of the United States is ready to reassert itself.
Okay. Oh, that makes
I feel
sense.
like that tracks. I'm totally with that. I buy that. That makes sense. I mean, we never thought that the government was gone. So it doesn't just make sure that you're just been in the shadows, but that don't mean you're not the government. It's just that you're currently shadowed, but you're not shadow government. I get it.
The use of the term does come from the time when the corporate takeover of the 6 sectors of the United States were separated and was no longer united. At that point, those of us who believed in the one true country, we were in fact in the shadows. And this is not Texan, this is Texas. God save Texas.
Agreed.
So
Absolutely. 100%.
I was led here by one of your contacts, Agent Goldwater, is it?
Yes.
Excellent. And I understand that you, Miss, have been delivering mail?
I have.
The voice at the back of his head says, that is an essential service.
Thank you.
Carrier Kate, what have I been telling you this whole time? See?
You
I
said
mean,
that.
I told you were essential.
As he walks around and interacts, you will at some point notice that he is literally two-faced and has a second face in the back of his head, which is also wearing sunglasses. And the both voices usually talk at once, but sometimes it's only one or the other.
Wow.
And I understand that you have a data pad in your possession and have been mapping which of the national parks is still operational.
Rita is very, very proud to say that you are correct. I have been doing that, and I'm so glad you noticed, sir. I appreciate it so much. And yes, I have been making my maps. I'm very, very diligent about my maps, and I know every single inch of the parks.
I have in the trunk of my car, my Lincoln out front, a series of books from CFO Camp farthest out. They are song books for campers to be used for anybody who visits your facilities or thereof.
Oh my, she's gonna faint. I think this is it, Ranger. This is when we lose Ranger Rita to heaven itself.
Oh my Betsy. Oh geez. Heavens to the wastelands. I just could not be more honored that you would entrust me with those materials.
Very pleased to hear that. I've been sent dispatched by those that I am associated with to make you all aware that you're not alone. There are many just wholesome folks, just like the four of us. We are everywhere.
We are one.
I knew it.
We are one. We are one. We knew it. We knew it.
We are one. We did. We were saying it. Everyone, like you were saying, Katie was being like, those two ladies, they're crazy. Those are crazy women. They don't know what they're talking about. And that's just old fashioned patriarchal malarkey. We were not crazies.
I apologize for the unfortunate occasion of my gender and for the damage it caused to these United States.
Oh my God, let's Carrier Kate. Did you just hear that?
I heard.
We have it in our power, however, to unite, as you said, as one, to rise up when all is ready. We have a militia forming, but first there are various crucial services, such as the mail, such as the tax service, which will help arm our militia, and such as anyone who can map. To have a family out for a vacation, know that one park is a delightful place to roast a burger and to not have to be afraid of four-legged reap bears would be an invaluable addition to the information that we can provide our citizens.
Sir, I give you a round of applause.
I have these beepers, and he's got in his coat, he pulls out these beepers with American flag stickers on them. I can give one to each of you, and then when we need you to reach us, we will send the phone number. I don't know if you're familiar with these. it'll send the number to call back on this, and you'll need to find a landline phone, but I understand they still exist in this area, and you can reach us. So we'll reach out, and when it's time to step from the shadows, all of us, the true patriots of these United States, it's time to rebuild, I think. Don't you agree?
Oh,
Yeah, we will answer your call if it's 3 a.m., if it's 7 a.m., if it's 0500. We will be there.
Hundo P, you have got Rita and Kate at your service. And I have to say, Kate, if you remember, I found one of them books that I found that was left in the forest, not the one with all the naked nakies, but the one where it's like words and stuff.
Oh,
Remember, I found in that one, and it told the tale of these vapor contraptions,
mm-hmm.
and that they were essential to the lives of pre-Wasteland America.
Mm-hmm. The beat.
So we know all about.
Mm-hmm.
We know all about them, and it just so happens because I like to make those maps, and I got a lot of good maps. Carrier Kate, why don't you tell the gentleman what I made a map of?
Oh,
That will make it so easy for us to respond to those beeper beeps.
Oh, she made a map of the Statue of Liberty.
Yep. And I don't know if you knew this, but the map of the Statue of Liberty has a bunch of those boothy phone things around, so people can call. Apparently, back in the day when they would go up to it, they would like be at the bottom and call their family, being like, "Hi, you ain't here and I am." But we can use them to answer your beepy beeps because I have a detailed map of where all those booths are around the
original
Liberty.
Statue of Liberty is all the way in New York City, but the reproduction is in Paris, Texas, not too far.
No, actually, you are wrong there. Now it used to be in Las Vegas, is what I heard.
Oh,
Apparently, it's all a myth. It's all a lie that the Statue of Liberty originated in Paris and then came down over to the New Yorks. But I read that the most legitimate version was the one that originally came from the Vegas of the Law. And that one was dragged over by a bunch of really determined trolls and just so happens to reside in one of my national parks.
amazing. And this is why we need someone doing your invaluable work. Agent Goldwater, can you help me with her songbooks from the car?
Sure.
Goldwater, you've been mighty silent. I mean, I know that Carrier Kid and I can get carried away with our excitement about the government and everything, but we did ask you here to help us and to join us. And while we are both very excited about joining the official ranks, not that we weren't official before, we all know we were official, but you get what I'm saying. However, we got to know what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Too coincidental.
You don't trust him?
No.
Do you trust us?
Geez.
Yes, because you reached out to me, but there's no reason for him to be here. Why are you here? How did you find us? What is your intent?
I've given you my intent. I was contacted by the same system that contacts you to send out to collect.
But how did you know I'd be here with them?
They
Or is it
told
just
me
luck?
where you were.
So it's just luck.
Investigation, dear boy.
I'm sorry, I just find it hard to believe that after all this time of me working on my own, having left Washington, D.C., and the IRS rebuilding itself from the ground up and changing its rules and changing its laws, that suddenly the U.S. government shows up to tell me that we've got a goal now. I'm sorry. It's difficult to believe. But maybe these books will make a difference. Please, show me the books.
He sits down on one of the only remaining chairs in the room. I'm not sure songbooks for campgrounds are going to convince you of anything. The other thing, the reason I asked you to help me was not because I'm frail, but because I understand that the lovely settlement that told me where you went, by the way, this Shire,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed it was not flying the red, white, and blue. I had intended to give you an unmolested flag, which I have in the trunk of my car. The network of agents that's been tasking you knows where the Shire is. They've been working with you. They've reached you for 2 or 3 years. I started there. They told me where you'd gone, and I followed you here. I had word of these 2 ladies. I've been tracking them for a while. My entire job is working the waste, trying to reweave the network of what the government once was.
You have to understand, part of the reason I'm alive right now is because of my suspicions and because of my caution. We're sent out alone. After a time, we travel with each other until we branch off to go to our destinations, to where we're assigned, and then we're alone.
He stands up, ceremoniously sets one of the beepers on the counter of the pack and mail, and without any trace of irony, starts singing God Bless America.
Oh, okay, I immediately join in.
Which I cannot do because I don't know the lyrics.
Yeah.
But right. Everyone knows I'm a socialist, right? Anyway, so the 2 of them start singing. Do the other 2 join the
God bless America, this country. It's a country we bless
Colt,
by the gods of America.
What's that?
Just give me the done one. All right, so those are our 5 tales. There will be a back end to some of those down the line. Obviously, some of those are insights into the characters you already knew, but maybe telling you a little bit more about who they are and what their lives are like. And some of them were lead-ins to other adventures that will have, the aforementioned second shoe has yet to drop. We will be coming back into play with everyone. We'll be at the Shire. As the camera closes in the Shire, we see that a brand new American flag has been hung up proudly out front. Finding flags that have not been environmentally damaged is very difficult. So finding one that's in nice shape as this is very rare, but it is fluttering away in the breeze. We will then go into Wynona, who is tending D. Wynona. D is still sick. She's feverish, seems to be getting better. The metallic discoloration for nail beds and eyelids seems to be permanent. Like it ends up almost looking like makeup, but it was like the first, very, soft tissue, sign that her skin was going to start turning metallic, which would have been the infection we're worried about. So apparently what's happened is the little nanite things, you starve them for metal and they die. But that means the equivalent of you've never taken iron supplements, and a dozen other things. She's very weak. You probably even had to rig blood for her to get her strong enough. While she's recovering, she sleeps fitfully and twitches a lot. And again, because you are a doctor, you know what they told you they were going to do is it was going to improve her nervous system. So it looks like her twitch reflexes, because the nervous system is being rebuilt, are just kind of flexing. So she's spasming a little bit, and the sleep is probably because it also affected her brain a bit, which you saw when she was conscious. So God knows what it's going to be like when she wakes up. But hard to tell. The other thing you need to know is that Bork is okay. You got help. Gawain was very helpful. He just went ahead and very boldly held Bork while they pulled the little triggers off them. Even though they were chewing up his arms, Gawain's a mountain, and you just let them do it, and then they fixed Bork. What you found out is your garage was sabotaged, and there was, in a place that would not be immediately discovered, we'll say it's like partially behind one of those terrible garage like pinups, but it's like of a very strong, like 20-year-old young man with very tight glutes who's like leaning in an improbable angle, holding up a wrench or something. But you saw something there, and underneath was, I'm sorry, I make sure. Got a lot of notes for this episode. There we go. I need to start folding some of this stuff. It said Devil's Due.
Devil's, what was that second word?
Due, D-U-E, as in the Devil's Due.
Do. Oh, okay.
So Kevin giving you that information. We're going to go back outside to Erik, who is on top of the building, and he's got Karen, and you're on watch. I'm assuming. So you see coming a small caravan, 2 motorcycles, and a van with gun ports.
Are they traveling quickly or slowly?
Moderately, like it's not intentionally slow, like normal road speed.
Okay. And who am I reporting to? Is there any? Who am I watching to?
The community in general, although obviously your companions are around, you report to them first. There isn't really a chain of command. The Shirelings generally report to the lords and ladies, to the 5 of you. But you really haven't set up nominally, the leader militarily is Torg, and kind of the organizational coordinator and leader has been Wynona generally. So you would probably do things like set watches, but everybody's home.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get down and go find somebody.
Okay. We're gonna say that's Nevada and Goldwater, and you are there in basically the parking lot up front, the 3 of you, and you see, like at a range, it wasn't clear whether they're coming your way or not because there's road and turning. But at this point, you see them taking the turnoff and then like the road that comes around down to where you are. So that is clearly coming for you.
Okay. Hey, I saw these guys from up on the roof. There's a bunch of people and a bunch of gun parts involved. And it didn't look super menacing, but it didn't look not menacing either. So I think we should just be ready.
Okay. I'll meet them at the edge of the parking lot.
So Goldwater, as they get closer, you can see the painted on the side of wrapped in barbed wire.
I recognize that sigil.
Make a landlore, please.
Okay. All right, so that's not gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
You think that gang is it's either a gang or group of raiders, but you know the name, and it is a group called Devil's Due.
I'll give the signal to everybody that we gotta get ready.
They are slowing down as they approach.
Okay, I'm still gonna meet them at the front as a sign of good faith, but I might get killed. It's okay.
Do we have anybody to man the big gun that we got from Captain Tana?
Almost anybody can fire it. You would use a normal shoot roll, and I'd assume it's up on a corner of the building with a stool.
Right. Well, seeing that Goldwater is heading that way, I'm gonna maybe head up to the gun.
Okay.
It's threatening.
Is there also an ability to cover from the other side of the building? Like if he takes the heavy gun on one side, can I snipe from the other side?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna head up with him.
We'll
Okay,
assume
so
that Wynona has shared the information about the graffiti, so you all know that tag was in the garage.
Yeah, I definitely told everyone. And I told everyone that I think Talbot was in on it.
So who's got the highest? Well, I think the highest landlord was Torg, right?
Yeah.
Torg's got good landlord.
So Torg, roll landlord for me.
Can someone remind Torg of landlord role?
It's
under survival.
I think Jess has the number if you need it.
I closed Torg's down after our
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, okay, let me pull it back up. I forgot to pull up my character sheet.
No, that's fine. I can find you too.
I forgot to pull it up. Let me see if I can find it. I think I'm like a 7 or something. I can't remember.
6 or 7 for sure.
I will get it.
Go ahead and toss
Hold
it.
on, I'm getting there.
I'm trying to find it too, and I don't know why it's not coming up fast.
Mike said you could just roll.
Just roll
right?
6. It's fine.
Roll 6.
You're very
Okay,
much-
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. With 6, you're likely to get it, so it's pretty much a technicality.
All right.
The cat.
Ooh, Torg get 3 6s.
Okay, with
6
that
6
much,
6, the sign of the devil.
the group would know that, or would have heard, because the kind of thing you'd ask about. The Devil's Due is what became of the crew that used to run with Baphomet. Baphomet was the guy that was the nemesis of Erik and Tiber fame. So you killed Baphomet and a couple of his dudes, but he didn't like kill his entire organization. You killed the people that were in that bar. Apparently what happened to them is they then became a new group called Devil's Due. So they're slowing down. They apparently are not going to, they'll stop at like the other end of the parking lot.
Okay.
And at present, we're going to say that Navad is sitting behind the big auto gun, and Eric's got Karen up top. So Wynona and Torg are back a little, and Goldwater is right at the front. They stop, and you can see the guys driving the motorcycles have leathers. The door to the van opens, and 2 guys in junk mail and heavy crossbows get out. Behind them is a big muscular dude covered in tattoos with a broadsword made out of a part of a car over his back, and a little rat man dude with huge glasses next to him. Big guy comes walking over to Goldwater.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. What is this?
What do you mean?
He gestures broadly to the settlement.
Settlement?
Yeah, what's it called?
Sorry?
What's it called?
The Shire?
And the little guy has a data pad, and he's entering information. Yeah, who's the boss here? Who leads?
It's not quite like that.
Yeah. Oh, this is trickier then. Well, this is a courtesy call. I've come to let you know that you're now in the domain of curse.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a map and everything.
What does that mean?
Oh, it's simple. You can offer tribute and fly our colors, and we'll leave you alone. Just come by for the occasional tribute, or you can declare independence.
What does that mean?
Well, we're going to have to clear everything within our area, make sure there's no threats. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being rude. I'm Dacom.
I'm Ira, special agent Goldwater.
Huh. This is Squint. Hello.
Pleasure.
Likewise. Nice gun. He points to the autocannon.
Yeah.
So
courtesy call, does this mean you're going to leave and come back and check to see what our decision is?
no, I need your answer. The response would come later. I just got to know what to report to the boss.
Well, I don't feel like I have to talk to a boss or call a council meeting because I already know what the answer is going to be. And I'm sorry you're not going to like it because it means that some of you are going to die, maybe all of you. We're independent and we always will be.
Yeah, as somebody who says he works for the United States, you got to understand this shit is transitory and that always will be nonsense is pretty naive.
Well, it's an ideal, buddy. So even if it doesn't come true, at least I believe in something.
Well, I believe in something. I believe in drink, getting laid, paycheck. And today, I just need to check mark a yay or a nay.
Marcus is a nay, sir.
Okay, and because this is what I've been tasked to do, which I'm sure you'll understand, I have to check my boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got to make it clear, from the way you're talking, I'm guessing that you've not encountered a regional warlord before.
That's probably not accurate.
All right. So
you may have different definitions than I do, but I believe I have.
So this is not his forces. I'm just on a mission. I'm an agent like you.
Right, I understand. Which is why I'm being I'm being polite, aren't I? Maybe a little vociferous, but
I'm trying to return the favor.
I appreciate it.
This is also absolutely nothing personal.
Right, agreed.
You're on a list. This is something I have to do today.
I understand. I have lists as well. This is so stupid.
So we understand each other.
We do.
So again, because I have the list I have to go down.
Please.
The second thing I have to mention, I have to leave a word with you. And
I'm going to take out my pad and start writing down what you
So Squint is literally doing this for this guy. So it's like he has an executive assistant. So the word I have for you, just to see if this changes your response at all.
Uh-huh.
Tank.
T-A-N-G?
No, like a really big war machine.
Yeah, tank.
Very thick armor, yeah.
Tank.
It would be delicious.
T-A-N-G. I was going to question why you would bring that up.
I wasn't watching my percussive. Sorry.
No, it's fine. You have a tank.
That is the implied threat there.
I picked up on it.
I'm not trying to be too subtle, just not being a dick.
No, there's no point. We all know where this is going to go.
Well, I guess the point of saying tank is, I like your gun. It's nice. It might penetrate a bit, but I noticed they're slow firing. Like it's not like having a minigun. And also a weapon like a tank has a much longer range than that weapon.
It's small artillery, essentially.
Yeah. So I guess my point is, these people seem nice. You've made an effort to defend it, which looks like, I've just driven by. I don't really know what this looks like all the way around or on the inside, but you've got a lot of plate glass here. You've got a lot of ways to force entry. You would almost be better off with a cave, honestly. So, still independent?
I'm afraid so.
And the rat does this and notes something. All right. And you don't have to talk to anyone else. You don't have to get consensus. There's no council of elders or any of that shit.
No. I already know what the answer is going to be, so I'm not going to waste their time. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste my time.
It doesn't sound like
Can Wynona?
Yeah.
Are Wynona and Torg within earshot of this conversation?
Yeah, I'd assume Wynona and Torgus have heard all this.
Okay. I'm guessing Erik and I are probably too far back.
You see that it's not hostile. Like they're literally
Right.
the tone.
Okay.
The tone struck is conversational. It doesn't seem even oppositional in terms of body language. As far as it goes, the guy is like,
"Oh, we got a tank. We may have to kill you, but hey, how about those? How about those?"
From a distance, it would look like maybe we have a dry cleaning service. Like there's nothing hostile about the body language.
Gotcha. Okay.
So definitely Torg and Wynona hear things like the word tank being dropped. So it's nice, by the way, that it seems like we're not going to get into some kind of pissing contest where you and I have to just start shedding blood.
No.
So I think you and I would get out just fine, but I don't want to replace these guys. Pain in the damn ass, gotta tell you. HR, right? Do you have HR?
I wish.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they would do well here. Anyway, so, all right. So we're not going to get shed blood, which is great. I've checked my boxes. You Squint, just shut it down. Right? Shut it down. Between you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Curse plans to take about a quarter of Texan. Now, when you're doing speeches and you're all roided up and high and full of yourself, you tend to offer more than you're going to deliver. I don't think he's going to get a quarter of Texan. On the other hand, I think he's going to get maybe half that. I'm just saying. At this point, I understand your position, but you're the ant underneath what's that fucking thing where they scrape the ice? They make the ice real smooth and shit. What is that?
Zamboni?
Yeah, it's the classic tale of the ant and the Zamboni.
In the year 1776, the founding fathers of this country declared their independence from a much larger and much more powerful force, a force that dominated the world for hundreds of years. And they won. And they retained their independence. That's what I believe in. That's what I base my life on. So you come to me telling me that you're the British Empire and I'm I'm the colonies. You've given me exactly what I want.
Make a persuade roll, 2 dice down.
Okay. All right. So it's still 3. Okay. Hey, 2 6s. Holy shit.
He literally does this. He turns around. He does this and this. The 2 guys in the junk mail with the crossbows get back in the van. The van and the 2 motorcycles continue on the way, leaving this guy and the little rat guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just give it a couple of minutes. This is the only gun you got?
Big gun, yes.
You got anything else?
Small arms.
Are they back to the highway yet?
Yes.
I should maybe meet with your leadership. He turns his body and pulls up the sleeve of his torn shirt and reveals an American flag tattoo.
Let's talk.
So you go inside, the PCs gather. Yeah, I kind of made this decision for you, Squint. No, it's okay. It's all right. I can still take notes, right? Yeah, you can still take notes. Hey, y'all. I'm Dakon. Until very recently, I used to work for a warlord named Curse. He paid real well. And also, I try to side with the winning side. And I've seen his forces, and he's got at least one tank and a lot of big guns and a lot of tough guys. So I figured I'm a tough guy. That seems like my team. Apparently, this is my team. He points to Goldwater. I saw your flag rolling up, sir. I was impressed. I've not seen the colors that bright in years. They're going to come for you. I don't know what beef they have with you people. I get the impression they feel that you killed one of theirs.
That's accurate.
Oh. Yeah, because most of this, like I said, it's not personal. Curse would have preferred if I leaned on you. I got the impression that when he arrived, some of your leadership would be dead. The implication is he already sent assassins. Oh, he did?
Wynona, is that what was... Is that what the guy wrote in your garage?
Yeah, they did. His name was Talbot, if that was his real name. He tried to off me in the dog park. I thought it was just a friendly quibble about our pets. You know, sometimes pet owners get into it, but he tried to murder me, basically.
What of these, I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to dissuade them. If it's personal, Curse is coming for you.
Well, I mean, look, a guy that we kind of know killed one of their guys, but like, shouldn't he be happy because now he's the boss instead of the old boss?
I don't know. Like, I didn't know even that much till I asked you. All I know is they seem to have a hard on for this place and you guys.
Hey, man.
One of you's name is Erik. I've
Yeah.
heard that name came up.
Yeah, that's me. I know why it's personal. And you know what? Pretty much everything we do is personal. What I've come to learn over the past year or so is that very little of the shit we get involved in doesn't end up being personally related to one or all of us somehow. And you know what? Everybody stands up and everybody gets in everybody's way to make sure that it doesn't become personal to one person, but everything that goes to one person becomes personal to all the people. So you know what? Let them come. Let it be personal. We'll have as many people as we need. And either we'll live or we'll die. But Goldwater made the right choice. Any one of us would have said the same, and we're glad to have you here.
I know a little bit about defenses. And honestly, we're in goddamn Texas. Remember the Alamo, brother?
I don't, but okay.
We got a story to tell you. Okay, that's going to be the end of the episode. We're going to end a little bit early. This is going to be our mid-season break. We're going to be away for the holidays.
Hey!
We may have
Getting ready for the Alamo, basically.
Yeah, we may have a couple of fun things during the break. We'll let you know. Just eyes on it, 9 for announcements. And this will be effectively the cliffhanger. We come back from the break, the hammer falls. And because of the persuasion of the well-worded defense of Goldwater and a very good time for a good roll.
I wasn't even trying to persuade him. That's what's funny about it. I was just doing Goldwater shit.
It's an awesome speech.
I also like that you effectively, if I shot it cinematically, you would have the flag on the building behind you.
Yeah.
This guy actually did have a kind of a hard-on for that. So if you push the right buttons, it was in him to change, and you flipped him.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So again, happy birthday to Jen. And,
Hey! Can we do it the right way?
Yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Happy Torg Day to Torg. Happy Torg Day to Torg.
Make a face. Happy
Happy Torg Day, dear Torg. Happy Torg Day to Torg.
Blow out the torch. Did we send Jen the stuff to do credits today, Shannon?
I did. I don't know if she saw it. You got it?
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
cool.
So on to credits.
And for credits, we would like to thank Qui-Gon Bowers for channel moderation. Thanks to Andreas Fabius for our audio intros this week and every week. And, of course, thanks to Colt Joyce, our fabulous technical director. We're going on break until January 4th. We'll see you next year in the Wastelands.